Why are you up so early, Luke?
You have to be. It's because it's middle of summer now in Spain. I don't do siesta.
You've not even rolled your sleeves up.
Get ready for work, huh? No, because it's it gets hot from like 2 p.m. every day, 1 p.m. every day. You have a really good window to do a lot of the outdoor work in the mornings, and then the typical Spaniard from South Spain.
Yeah, but it's 6 o'clock though. It's 6 a.m.
I've actually been up for a few hours already. I had a lot of ideas in the nights. I've been up since about 5 o'clock. But also I've got to feed the cats early because they're all asking.
Alright, it's 7 a.m. actually.
Hey, quiet. This is Sergio. He only comes like once a week. He's the male from the whole village. No, not from the whole village, but from nearby. Hey, stop it. No. That's what I mean, he comes once a week and he bosses them all around like that. Yeah. Danny's pruning back a little bit. Look, he got my pruners on me, innit? Go along same time.
You carry pruners and a knife around the street, do you?
Actually,
are you allowed to do that in Spain?
The pruners you have, not a knife. That knife, I think it's like half an inch too long to be legal. I looked at this because I was going to take it back to UK in the garden, for harvesting stuff and cutting things. Quite like having a knife on me for doing that, but it's too big. So
alright, so pruners are your self-defense.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch the light on or what, Luke?
Right, okay.
At least have a bit of consideration for the people watching.
There you go. This is the high-tech room. This is where all the source of the water pump. You can see the little pump. It's important I set a timer now though, because this is now basically drawing water from our well at the bottom of the hill, which is filling up with spring water all the time into a holding tub, and it's pumping that water that goes into the well, the holding tank, up to the houses. So we do this every other day for about 20 minutes. That's enough water for the gardens, for the houses, everything. But I just need to make sure to remember to turn it off. So I always carry a phone on me, set a timer.
It's hard work that, isn't it? Pressing a button every day.
It's very hard. Saves carrying buckets up, doesn't it? But no, it's very important.
Yeah, I'd like to see you carrying some buckets on your head.
Yeah, African style.
Yeah, they're really putting some work.
I have to mention phone. I've got a phone in my pocket. Some people might be thinking, no, don't do that. But no, I always have this in airplane mode, and if you don't, you probably should do, because just a little bit of warning, the EMFs from your phone aren't good to have in your pocket, pumping radiation out. I mean, I've done that from quite a young age. Just never really had. I never really had a phone.
I don't see you on a phone. Just for the people watching, I barely see you on a phone.
Well, put it this way. Up until the age of I'd say 18, 20. If you wanted to get hold of me, you had to text somebody else because I didn't have a phone. I didn't really have contact.
I'm his brother, and I had to text someone else.
Yeah, you did actually. Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
You did in the past. Now I have a phone, but I don't use it often. Never do. I'm in airplane mode most of the time.
So you just literally clicked a button then?
Yeah, clicked a button.
Wasn't very hard work that, was it?
Clicked a button, set a timer. Now this is basically the time I get about 15-20 minutes to just check the gardens, get any fruit from the trees for breakfast, and just basically plan what I'm going to do. So I'm going to look through. This fig tree's just finished now, so I'm not actually going to get any figs from that one.
Do you normally have breakfast?
If I have breakfast it's a very light breakfast, so I usually actually don't eat until like late morning, early afternoon, lunchtime period. I always find that I work best first thing in the morning, and I don't really need any food. I just forget about food because I'm working on the gardens or doing whatever I'm doing.
What about the set of pull-ups? You just walk straight past the bar.
Quite early to that, isn't it? But anyway.
It's a special occasion, like when I'm.
How many do you want?
I'll give us 5 then. I'm going to make you do this in every single video, Luke. Every time you walk past this bar, you're doing a set.
I did 6, one for extra, one for you.
The other option is house sitters, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you leave them in.
yeah, house sitters. We tried house sitters a few times now actually, but although they worked really well,
You didn't like someone living in your house, did you?
that's an element to it, yeah. But no, it's more here is quite remote, and you have to get quite a unique one kind of person to want to stay here.
A capable human being.
Capable human being. In fact, that was the funny thing when we had requests for house sitters. We were analysing. We're saying don't judge a book by its cover, but we were looking at the profile pictures, thinking, does this person look like they could handle living in isolation, looking after the gardens, living in like we were. Was it winter when we went away? I think it was winter, and at that time, there's a lot of rain, thunderstorms, power cuts. So you have to be quite capable, and you know, if anyone is looking for house sitters or wants to try it, the website we used was Trusted House Sitters. A lot of good house sitters on there, and it's very, very simple. You basically pay for a subscription to list your house, and they pay for a subscription. So there's no payment between the sitter and the owner. It's just a mutual agreement that they get to stay rent free and look after your house whilst you go away. So it works really well, but you just have to think about what could go wrong whilst they're here, or do you want somebody at your house, that kind of stuff. But it worked well in the past. I just want a bit more hands off with having a local look after the place. So yeah. Oh yeah, house sitters is a good one though.
Wait a minute, Luke. I want to talk about this.
Ah, yeah.
This, why are you covering up the dragon fruits?
Yeah, I had to this last week or two, since it got really hot, and it's, well, just as a bit of a side story, dragon fruits are actually naturally equipped to climb up the canopy of trees. You know, they're not designed to be out in the baking sun. So I tried to choose a spot that is suited to that, you know, a bit more shaded by this palm tree. But if I found out after doing it, after planting them here, you know, having them here for this summer, some of the tops of the trees were getting to.
You know, most people have covers for their cars, you know, and they take pride in the car. You have a cover for your dragon fruit.
Not me, but no, look at this. This is what I mean. This last couple of weeks, it started to go yellow on the edges here, on the top where it's flat on the surface. You know, where the sun hits direct. That's where it started to go yellow. And it's basically like sunburn. They're not meant to be out in direct sunlight, especially if it gets to like 35 degrees, which it did. So I covered it quickly, shaded it, but where it was sunburn, it's turned yellow, turned white, and it's just dead now.
So you're just putting that on for August? Is that the plan?
Half of August, only a few weeks, just to give it a bit of a break from the intensity of the sun whilst it's really hot, and then I'll take it off. Like I said, I've only just noticed it on the top of the thing, but I want to get these established.
So are you saying they should be planted under shade, like under a tree or something?
Yeah. Dragon fruits naturally will grow under a tree and actually climb up the tree. They naturally want a trellis, but they'll go up the tree structure. So that's why you want a trellis to, you know, for them to grow up. But if it's in full sun, it sort of defeats the purpose of having, you know, the shade trellis. A lot of the commercial growers I've seen around here also have big shade nets over the areas. So yeah, they need it really when it gets really hot.
Bit of a cloudy morning for August.
I'd say breezy and cloudy, yeah. Down the valley, yeah.
No, you're like one of those, well, a big cat that just walks around the territory in the morning.
Yeah,
And you seem to walk around every part of the land.
go and mark my territory.
As I've been following you. Now I hope you're not marking the territory.
I have to do that bit off camera, Jack. Anyway, I think I should actually get on with some work now.
I'm just going to follow you everywhere,
follow
even
me,
when
yeah.
you go to your laptop, start working.
Yeah, yeah.
That's my kind of signal to get lost in it.
Yeah, get on with the rest of your day. I'll do mine.